As you all may know, some may not, especially if you're new here. Well, Wakanda, we exist to stir up a movement. We're not really a business. We don't consider ourselves a company. We're much more than that. We're a movement and a family and a nation. We inspire people to confidently move into the legal space as entrepreneurs, formulators, and investors. So pretty much that kind of speaks for itself. All in all, I mean, we've been left out of so many different things. And CBD is one of the things that I'm just excited to witness, and it's so much bigger than that too, as we'll kind of talk about further along into the presentation. But what started as a CBD company now is an overall just health company, like a health diaspora almost. So this is our C-suite right here. We have the lovely Dr. Rita McGuire, who's our chief medical officer. She's been an OB-GYN for over 20 years. We have Dr. Senator Patricia Van Pelt, our chief financial officer. And then we have our lovely CEO, my mother, Melissa Boston. Then we got the lovely Phyllis Nash, which is our chief sales officer. Excuse me. So guys, without these four beautiful African-American women, we would not have what we have today. It started with the vision. They all came together and made it happen. And I always take my hat off to each of them, because if it wasn't for each one of them, there's no way we'd be in this space. We wouldn't be having this presentation. We wouldn't be a multi-million-dollar company. So hats off to you ladies. Love you all. So this here talks about the Farm Bill briefly. One of the goals of the 2014 Farm Bill was to generate and protect research into hemp. Well, that wasn't really passed until 2018, as you may see. That way it was able to be treated like other agricultural commodities in many ways. Now we can cultivate it as long as we stay within those regulated rules and whatnot. We have to stay compliant, obviously, but that Farm Bill gave us the opportunity to at least get our CBD company started. So cannabis industry is booming. From illegal to now essential. That kind of goes into how the Farm Bill kind of came into play, because literally prior to that, it was illegal. Not because it was anything wrong with it, but there was just so many. I feel like this may just be a personal opinion, so forgive me, but there was a lot of competition, with hemp and whatnot. A lot of potential and a lot of health benefits to just the overall environment. And a lot of people didn't want to compete with him at the end of the day. But it's too late, because here it is. So the CBD revenue chart here kind of shows where we're going here. As you see, in 2019, around the time we started, we were just over a $5 billion industry. 2022, that's projected to be just slightly less than 10 billion. We can call that 9. I'd call that 9 billion. But if you look over to 2024, projected to be a $20 billion industry. I mean, that type of exponential growth within the amount of 5 years is ridiculous, to say the least. I'm honestly saying that this curve here is kind of, I would say, on the lower side. It's kind of being a little bit humble. I could see us definitely surpassing this 20 billion by 2024. Just being within the industry here now and seeing the way we're growing personally, and even other of our neighboring CBD companies, I just feel like that chart definitely on the low end at the very least, but exciting to be able to witness it here. Let's see. So we talked about CBD being a $7 billion industry back in 2019, by the way. Well, hair care, $87 billion industry. Skincare, I think you get what I'm getting at. But if you don't, I'd like to kind of just touch on the fact that, earlier how I said we're not just a CBD company at this point. We actually are heavy into just the wellness and immune industry, weight loss, skincare, hair. So everything you see here ties in with Wakanda. So I really love how this is broken down. and how it kind of goes into the individual just amount of each industry, whatever it's worth. But when you kind of look at what we have to offer, it's just so amazing just because, yeah, CBD, $7 billion, that's amazing, right? But when you realize that, we have tons of different hair care products, and CBD does actually have hair care benefits. It has skincare benefits. We have essential oils. I mean, we have right now, I think we need to talk about, at some point, at least we need to talk a little bit about the phase 3 detox, the flat belly lifestyle. For those that are not familiar, it's a 21-day cleanse that you eat raw the whole 21 days. So no cooked food whatsoever, no processed food whatsoever. Everything is straight from the earth, and I went through it. Bernadine Kirkland, she's here tonight. She went through it. She slayed it. And my wife did as well. And I would say it was such a awakening experience. I felt amazing. I had my ups and downs because, you're battling your food addiction and these different things. But all in all, like, I'm looking forward to my next cleanse because I lost about 20, 25 pounds, and my wife lost more than 10 pounds during the cleanse, just during the cleanse itself, and it's not even just about what you lose when you kind of think about what you have to gain. I mean, we had so much to gain. We have 2 small children that, we want to be active in their life as they're going through high school in the next less than a decade. They'll be in high school and out of high school. So I want to be at my fittest and at my healthiest to get to experience different things with them that, unfortunately don't get a grasp on now. You just never know. Sheree Eppinger said, I'm on day 7. Congrats. And then Tammy, let's see, Bernadine said, Tammy looks 10 years younger. Wow. That's amazing. So we got a few people on here that's completed it. We got somebody that's on it right now. And as you see, Tammy looking 10 years, that's amazing. Well, congratulations. And I want to know if you can put in the chat, how do you feel being on day 7? I'm curious because by day 7, I was still feeling really just enthusiastic and energetic. I didn't really get any type of really bad side effects whatsoever, like detoxing, symptoms and whatnot. Mine were all very mild the whole time. I did crave some hot soup and stuff like that, but that was about it. So we've been talking a little bit. What is this CBD? If you're not familiar, well, CBD is short for cannabidiol. And it's a compound that naturally occurs in industrial hemp. So there's actually more than 85 different cannabinoids. It's the second most common, next to Delta-9, which is the most popular of the what you would call THC. What's known, for a lot of, people may use it for pain therapy and different things, but there are a lot of people that have experienced anxiety with Delta-9. So unlike THC, CBD is non-psychotropic. So it produces the health without the high. And a lot of emphasis on the health, guys. I look younger only in 7 days. I feel great. Had to take pinky rings off on day 4 so I wouldn't lose them. Wow. Tammy from Boston said, yeah, I missed the hot food. Ain't that something? Like when you're eating just a decent diet, you crave the junk. But then when you're eating like really, really, really healthy, you crave the most simple things that you kind of take for granted. For me, was just a hot bowl of vegetable soup was all I really wanted. But that's amazing. She had to take her pinky rings off. I'm almost able to, I don't know, it's been about a week, so maybe I need to try it again. But I have a gold wedding ring that I haven't been able to wear in a couple of years, and it's getting further and further down on my finger. So I'm looking forward to that. Let's see, I'm not even missing hot food yet. That's good. Yeah, I don't think I was missing nothing hot until, I don't know, day 13 or 14 or so. But that's good, though, because maybe you won't. There's a lot of people that do the cleanse that, honestly, they don't miss nothing the whole time. And we've actually had people like Gigi who stayed on it. After they were done, they were like, man, I enjoy this. So I'm not going back to cook food yet. I'm staying where I'm at. So everybody's different. Look who we have here. Somebody is getting off of work after a long day. How you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
Hi, everybody.
So we have Sharon Rogers here. You're just in time for this. I love how you break this down. You want to talk about this a little bit?
Sure. This just kind of breaks down the difference between THC and CBD, which is actually funny because my sister just had surgery on her neck, and she was just talking about how much pain she was in, and so I asked her, do you want to try a pre-roll? And she's like, well, I've smoked before in my life, and it really made me really paranoid. And so I was like, well, that's kind of the difference between smoking marijuana and smoking our CBD products, because marijuana is so much higher in THC. It has a higher percentage. So that's where people get that that psychoactive effect. Some people have that paranoia. And so sometimes people just really can't handle that. And we don't get that with the higher CBD products, because it doesn't give you that psychoactive intoxicating effect. It does, it stimulates the receptors in the brain that regulate pain and anxiety, nausea, and all that type of things, which were things that she was dealing with, pain from the surgery that she had, and she's really battling with nausea as well. So, and then, a great thing after surgery, you have a lot of inflammatory response. So that was kind of one reason why I suggested that to her. And there was a study that showed that using CBD along with pain medications, one, increased the effect of the pain medication, and also decreased the amount of pain medication that you needed. So that was also another reason, we have a really big opioid crisis. So that's kind of important to try and get people to not be so dependent on high levels of pain medication for long periods of time.
Amazing. Yeah, I had a very similar experience. Not when I was younger, but as I got older and, dealing with anxiety already, I had very similar experience to weed. Just the anxiety, just feeling like I'm gonna die for no reason. So not everybody can handle it. A lot of people can. A lot of people can't. So it varies. But the beautiful thing about CBD is there's no effect of that, for anybody. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, it really touches. You can look and see how many symptoms it affects more than THC, THCV, CBG, CBC, CBN. Like, they all do touch different things, but CBC is hitting more categories. More bang for your buck.
Yeah. And it's so neat since we have products that actually, incorporate CBN, CBD, CBC, CBG, and THC, because we have our power products. So really everything is covered here, THCV as well. So this is the endocannabinoid system. This is a newly discovered system, I would say. Just considered, we've known about a lot of systems in the body for a long time now, and this is something that is actually just now being taught in colleges and whatnot. And so it's exciting just to be here at the early front of the discovery. I know what was it, like in the 1980s they discovered the endocannabinoid system, but
I read like in the 90s. But like, since there was such a stigma with cannabis products, to be able to really research cannabis was really difficult, unless you're gonna research like the negative effects. Like, we want to study how THC is so addicting, but then when they would do that, they would kind of see like, it's not really as bad as everybody's trying to make it out to be. But it can be kind of hard to get a funding for a product that the federal government says has no medical use, which we can obviously see if we have an endocannabinoid system, that our body is making its own cannabinoids. Our babies are receiving cannabinoids at you know, from the very beginning, from breast milk. So
Hmm.
that obviously right there just shows how that really is not true.
That's neat.
I love this picture.
Yeah.
I just like how it really shows like a very like cool variety of like all the things that we have,
Yeah.
you know, from hair care, like the virus defense. So, you know, your surfaces, your pain. I don't know. It's really food, even. I mean,
It's neat.
yeah, it's a really neat picture.
And it just kind of touches on our stuff too, because we do have quite a bit more than this, but I love that this kind of highlights some of our stars within the company. It's really cool. And I love the professional look that we have too. I just think everything has its own style. Like if you look at the virus defense spray, and then the hair care products, they have their own. Everything has their own style, from the coffee to the gummies, the lubes, the pain creams, but they all flow together. They all still look like family. It's not, they ain't all over the place. Presentation, a lot of people don't maybe realize how important presentation is when you have products like you. What catches the eye first is, is very important. But we kind of talked about the CBD industry tying in with all the other industries here, and how it kind of ties in with many different industries, because we love to just offer a broad variety of care and treatment and options for people. We don't want to just be a one, what they call it, a one-trick pony. We want to have something for everybody, something for everybody in the world, honestly. I mean, I know we're
Right, we all have needs and priorities, and this really kind of like hits every need or priority that somebody might have. So that's definitely a plus. Oh, the hair care line. I actually bought the whole line. Maybe it was like for like the Black Friday deals. I got it, and I really like it because the shampoo is gentle. You know, it's not like that really harsh sulfate kind of shampoo. There's like a lot of bubbling to those shampoos, and with that bubbling is a lot of like stripping of your natural like hair oils, and then it leaves your hair really dry. So this shampoo does not do that. It's very gentle. And then I'm just going to talk about one other one that I like it all, but the leave-in detangler. I like that because it's very light, and I feel like you can really use it for all kinds of hair types. It's not really like a one size fits all. Even our daughter, she has sister locks, and we'll spray that in her hair. It helps, just softening and all that kind of thing, and it really works really nicely.
This is our essential oil line here. Me personally, it's so crazy how, like, just these little oils, like, there's a lot of different benefits. They have all their own lane. Like black seed oil is very antiviral and good for different things. Peppermint oil is good medicinally, but it's also great for even keeping bugs away. Tea tree oil, good for the skin. Lemon oil has some immune properties, along with the frankincense, and the eucalyptus is good for even opening up like the sinuses and stuff like that. So it's pretty neat that we have literally every type of, just the main essential oils, like
pretty popular. Yeah, pretty popular.
This is our pure seduction lineup here. Going to this these are our lubes, shave oils, aftershave bombs, our honey love queen bee, honey love KLJ for the brothers, and we got the KLJ gummies as well. And even though this is, King of the Jungle, it's for men and women. A lot of people, they may think, oh, King of the Jungle, it's a man thing, but there's a lot of ladies within the company that they enjoy their KLJ as well too. Just adding that in there.
And I mean, this is like a great time to talk about the seduction line, just because it is Valentine's Day is around the corner. So this is a great time to like share, with friends, and to have, like some kind of, you could have a party, you could give it as gifts or whatever, and it definitely is the perfect time.
Chadsworth Puffingham said, "Does black seed oil have CBD?" No, it doesn't. It's pure black seed oil, but our CBD does have black seed oil in it. So if you get the pure black seed oil, you're just getting the black seed oil. But we do have some black seed oil in our CBD products. As far as at least our tinctures, we do have some black seed oil. It's a good question, though.
Yeah. So as we're getting ready, for February, yeah, just keep this in mind. Keep your friends in mind. And like people right now that's like, so, like this line is kind of what people are looking for, for like special nights, hotel stays or whatever. They're trying to spice things up at this time of year. So this is like a really great opportunity for you and your sales, if that's the part of the business that you're in right now. And then if if you're not even in sales, it's a great time to try those products as well.
Yeah. Even as anniversary presents and whatnot. And like she was talking about vending, like there's a lot of Valentine's Day pop-ups and whatnot. So it's just a thought, and honestly, sometimes it's kind of taboo. Like we don't want to talk about that type of stuff, but it's all we all got here. Okay. So we're all adults here. So it's okay. Let's see. We got somebody just saying February is kind of MKLJ season. It is. It's true. That's funny. So this is our disclaimer here. These products are not used or for sale for people under the age of 18. And our vaping products are not for anybody under the age of 21. But if you're, maybe somebody under the age of 18 on the call, maybe you have some type of underlying condition you would like to supplement, talk to your parents and your doctor, because that would be, that would be the best option, because we can't, if you're under 18 for CBD, under 21 for vaping, we can't give it to you. But other than that, it also should not be used if you're pregnant or nursing. Obviously, if you've been using it, you become pregnant, consult your physician. If you feel like, hey, CBD is something I feel like I could use, if he doesn't know about the endocannabinoid system, explain that, children, they get that from breast milk anyway. So you're not really supplementing a foreign substance. That, I don't want to get too much into that, but, just trying to.
Yeah, I think really the most important part is to remember that communication with your provider is like essential, just so like, that you're aware of different medication combinations and different things like that. And also, it's just good to be like on the same page with your doctor. So like if you start to have different things going on, like you're getting good results, your blood pressure is getting better. Well, it might be time to lower the blood pressure medicine. So, it just, the communication is really essential.
That's true. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. Products are not intended to die or prevent any disease. So, like we said, we do have a lot of testimonies and things. People have seen a lot of benefits from CBD, but we can't claim to cure or diagnose. So
that's also why sharing like your story is really important. So, like on Facebook, we have our different groups and people are sharing their stories, because if it's your story, nobody can really take that away, and that can be a really big message to somebody else. And they can also share that with their provider, and you can at least try it. It could be like an open door.
True. Bernadine said her primary care physician became a customer last week after hearing Dr. Rita. That's amazing. That's amazing. I knew that was going to happen. How could you hear her and resist? She's so sweet, and she gives so much information in such a way that it's just like, wow, like she really breaks it down, even for the smartest of the people, and then the people like me on the other end, like she breaks it down for all of us. That's amazing. I've been off blood pressure medication for 2 years tomorrow. For 2 years now. That's amazing, man. See, these are and this is from Trey Eppinger. These are the type of testimonies that are very important, not only to share within our community, but to share with your doctor as well, so they can see. And then, your family members, your friends, everybody, even your enemies, like anybody. That's amazing though. I love to hear stuff like that. I get a lot of phone calls from people that, they either like their arthritis is very manageable or subsided. And then I get calls about blood pressure as well, anxiety, insomnia, different things. There's a host of different things that I hear. And no gout anymore, Tariq. And I can go, wow, so no gout. I wonder I need to share that with your uncle. She has an uncle that has suffered from gout. So, you need to get that together because he's still kind of young. He's suffering from that type of stuff. But it's amazing. It just shows that there's a lot of medicinal benefits and a lot of medicines in the stuff that God put on the earth for us to take. So it's amazing. Mm-hmm. Really. So I definitely want to leave the chat open in case we have any questions about any of the products or anything. I wish I was gonna have. So I made a red kidney bean gumbo, and I was planning to have it done so I could show it here during the call and whatnot. And but it's it's still in the Instapot. I'm kind of running behind today, but I'll take pictures of it and hopefully I can share it on the site and whatnot because it smells pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm excited to eat it. I'm ready to eat.
Red kidney bean gumbo. Eat to live, not live to eat. That's true. That's true.
Yeah, our life is so much more than the next meal.
Yeah,
definitely.
So much more. Yeah, and let everything you eat and drink be to the glory of the Most High as well. So just honor your body and protect your temple and everything that goes in it. There's so many things that I reflect on now. Like, man, like people have good intentions. Don't get me wrong. Like I had great intentions, but not the right actions behind my intentions. And so it's something really powerful about getting the right actions behind your intentions. And you're just like completely unstoppable. Mm-hmm. Completely. Yeah. So let's see. It is. We're kind of still a little bit early here. We kind of went through that. Please welcome our newest dispensary owner, Sharice Wyatt. Yes, welcome, and congratulations.
Yeah, I hope that you, being a new dispensary owner, that maybe we even gave you some, ideas. I don't know if you're going to want to do vending or how you're going to want to share your new products, but I hope that we kind of, maybe gave you some inspiration for this time of year. And we welcome you. You're part of our family, our tribe, yes. And feel free to first time. She's so excited. First time business owners. Yeah, that's awesome because it gives you a sense of independence, a sense of pride in what you're selling, sharing with people. So I know that we talk a lot about like how we love the product for so many different reasons because one is a good product and we use it all the time, and two, we see it for helping our family. And then it has pride because, it's like it is a family business, and now you are part of the family, and you are part of the family business. And so we welcome you, and we can't wait to see all the success that you have.
Yes. And if you guys may have got a glimpse of my water here, if y'all are, I know some people ain't water drinkers. Some people are. I love water. Well, I've been sipping on it. I was gonna show them. Yeah, I've been sipping on it throughout the call. I'm telling you, like, okay, just take a mini cucumber or about a third of a full cucumber, 1 lemon, and then a couple mint leaves. I don't know. Let me get this on there correctly. That's what you get here, and that mint kind of takes that lemon and that cucumber to the next level. Make sure you put it in a mason jar though, because a mason jar will help keep everything sealed tight and nice and fresh. You can seal it up, shake it up, put it in the fridge, drink it the next day. I feel like I'm on some type of island or something when I drink this. But
Which
then
is
I
good
go
with this
outside.
cold, huh?
Yeah, I go outside and I don't feel like I'm on an island. But it's wonderful. I've been 2.5 years and I'm just as excited as when I came in. That was from Shrey Eppinger. That's beautiful. Bernadine says rejuvenated. Yes. But to be like, as she said, to be just as excited as I was when I came in, that really speaks volumes because there's so many things, we do and we have a honeymoon phase on a lot of things. And then after, 6 months to a year, it's kind of like, I'm used to this. But we have such a community here that, whether it's 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, like we're going to still be, like growing and learning and expanding all together. And I'm just excited to see where everybody goes and what all they accomplished. And this is just this. I've never experienced anything like this in my life before. I've never been a part of nothing like this. So it's just really amazing to witness. I love hearing from you guys. I love hearing your testimonies. I love hearing your experiences. Let's see. Bernadine says, I'm celebrating 10 months and 100 customers this month. Oh my goodness.
That's awesome.
That is amazing.
Congratulations. That's awesome. Yeah. And I think too, like what helps like keeping people like excited is like that you are seeing such results with people and like you're sharing with them something that will help them. And then it's like from 2.5 years ago, look how much product has been added. Like, that's really exciting. So it's like every time you're like, oh, we have these products. Well, then the product list just keeps growing and growing. And like the services, as far as with health, like that just exploded. So it keeps everything interesting because everything it's not like, oh, this is the same old thing we've had for X, Y, and Z. Like we just keep on adding on to the good products. And so that also makes it really fun.
And I love that we're not aimlessly adding, like we're genuinely trying to put things out that are needs, in different ways. Like you have a lot of things. I'm not going to name a brand because we're being recorded. I don't want to get sued. But I'm just saying, like, a lot of brand names, like they may put out one thing, everybody likes it. Then they put out another flavor, but it's very similar to the original flavor. It's just a little bit different. I added a little bit more sugar or a little bit, berries or whatever they do. So it's kind of cool just to have something that's very, like, we're very intentional when we release products about releasing things that people are actually going to really enjoy and that are really going to benefit people in the long run. That shows true integrity. Being a company of true integrity really means the world to me, honestly. But 10 months and 100 customers, that's amazing. Even more excited with this cleanse. I'm so thankful and grateful for Wakana and our co-founders. I think we had less than 10 products when I came in August 2019. Yep. We did have less than 10 back then.
Yeah.
And we were in a whole different building. We were on like 106 in Halsted, I think it was. Either way, we were in a way different building, different location on a different side of the city almost. And here we are, 35th and King Drive, right on a bit, busy, kind of popular, booming area. A lot of traffic coming through, right across the street from a huge bus stop, and it's really hard to miss us. We got our 4 beautiful founders on the wall. I mean, on the window, their pictures. If you haven't actually been to the home office, I recommend if you ever get a chance to go to Chicago, to please stop by and see it. Please come home, come see your home office. It's beautiful. Really, really, really beautiful.
Yeah, when they finished the Wee Cafe, I was so excited to see that because it is just so beautiful. It is like my favorite area in the whole building.
Yeah. I almost could give me like a pallet or something and just stay the night. Kind of goofy. We didn't have our computer system up. We were doing paperwork. Yep. There was no site, nothing. Everything was by paper. So even our reach wasn't even what it is now because everything being by paper. I mean, that's what are you gonna? I mean, I know you can mail somebody or you can fax, a form and trade currency, electronically, but it's just such a big hassle not to have it. So it just shows you, how far we've came in such a little bit of a time, not even 3 years.
Yeah, it makes it so much easier to share your product when you have like such a beautiful website and it gives it that better like appeal.
Yep. Yeah, we're still a baby company. I still remember when we had our first, like just when we initially launched, when we had the big, not at the office, but at the it was like the Martin Luther King Center in Chicago, where our youngest was a little bitty baby when we brought him. We brought him up there and he was crying during the thing and whatnot. And it's just crazy. He's growing with Wakanda. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but it's kind of cool because I'm looking at all the progress we've made in just a few years. And I'm looking at him grow and I'm like, he's still a toddler. He's still a baby. Like all these things have happened in his short span of life that he's had. You know what I'm saying? He'll be 4 in June. So it's like, Wakanda is just a little bit behind him. So they're a baby company still. And they've grown into like something that I would say, would take many companies more than a decade to achieve. So it's pretty amazing. We'll scroll up and make sure I didn't miss anything in here. How's everybody doing with this, dealing with this weather? I know some people love it, like they, not me, but somebody out there does, I know.
Tariq came in, it was a couple days ago, and he was like, "It's zero. The car says it's 0 degrees outside." Yeah. And I was like, "Well, it's gonna be even colder in Chicago, so we shouldn't complain."
That's true. And then it's windier too, so I guess you gotta be thankful for your circumstance because there's always a worse one.
And definitely talking about the weather, like with these, cold, we really need to be talking about our immune systems, keeping our immune systems up and strong because, we have COVID going on and we have winter going on. And like we woke up last night because our house was so dry. So then, like our sinuses and stuff were just really dry and irritated and stuff. And so, we have the nose spray and these products. We haven't even got to try the immune system tea. Yeah. And I really would like to try that. Has anybody tried the immune tea and how do you like it? Oh, she said, I'm in the snow too.
And I shovel. I'm 66 years young, lots of energy. That's amazing. And the first time, so my mom has only lived in Chicago for not even, I would say something around 8 years or so. And I remember when I went out there and stayed. So I had been in the snow. We lived in New Jersey for a year. I been to Chicago to visit, but I never was like there for an extended stay. And when I tell you, that was my first time. So I parked on the street. She did tell me, hey, park back here in the parking section. I parked on the road. So not only did I get a ticket because there was no sign saying that Monday was like the day that the city comes through and plows or whatever they had going on. So not only did I get a ticket, but my car was literally buried in snow. So I had a ticket and then I had to shovel my car out. She had somewhere to be. So she's looking out the window. She's on the phone and she's talking. She's like, you need to hurry up. We got to. I'm out there like, I'm shoveling. I finally it took me like an hour and a half, 2 hours to dig the car out of the snow. After that, I was like, yeah, I don't know if I could. I don't know. The immunity is acquired taste. Okay. I've heard the bitters being an acquired taste, but I've never got to try the tea just to see, but I definitely want to try it. Because we use the nose spray. I use it a lot. I actually suffer from allergies and whatnot. I'm curious to see what they're like now, just with my diet and lifestyle being so different. just coming up on the spring here in a few months. I'm curious to see like, just the difference, because even sleep apnea, I had really, really bad sleep apnea, snoring and waking up and all type. Actually, when we had that dry spell with the heat last night, I for a second, I'm like, man, don't tell me my sleep apnea just came back out of nowhere. But she said that because she'll be the first one to tell me, if it was. But it was just the dry heat, thank God. But it's just crazy how literally, like, even like right now, we're on so this is like the very back of our house, and it's the least insulated. So it kind of gets the coldest and the driest and whatnot. So right after this, I'm actually gonna take me some nose spray, and I'm gonna take a gummy too, because I'm kind of just being back here is kind of yeah, acquired taste.
Yeah, so we definitely just encourage everybody to try and stay warm and try to wear the appropriate attire, and keep your immune system up with some kind of regimen. Dr. Rita talks on her calls on Wednesdays about the immune system package and how to use it. And so we use the nose spray, but I would definitely like to try, the whole package as well. Just to keep in mind, to keep everything strong, because it's like a helper, and we have it's like multidisciplinary. We can use these products, we have a good diet, good exercise, keeping our body strong, and we're gonna have a good winter. We're gonna get through the winter.
Almost through it. And actually, I noticed I've been using a lot less CBD. I take the CBD as a supplement for the medicinal benefits and whatnot. But, before I was taking it because I absolutely had to. I was having severe anxiety, and I was taking it to just get through the day. And now I'm taking it to benefit my sleep more, benefit my concentration and whatnot. So it's amazing, like, how changing the diet can really complement all the other supplements that you take throughout life. See, Chadsworth Puffingham said, I'm in Baltimore and it's cold out here, so I know up north is on a whole new level. I heard Baltimore gets rough as far as like the wintertime. I always heard that. I don't think I've really been. I think besides New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia, DC, I don't think I've been to Baltimore. No? Or Boston. I have to go to. Bernadine talks about this seafood that Boston has. So I'm curious. Might have to take a trip out there.
Yeah, hopefully Bernadine doesn't mind getting a family of 4.
Yeah, the youngest, he might get left behind. just joking.
Yeah. She'll send them back.
Yeah, I would take a trip up to Boston, just not doing that in the wintertime.
Right, yeah. I'm thinking maybe May, June or something.
She said, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, that's amazing.
So is there anything else that you want to add?
I don't think so. I just want to thank everybody for joining us. I always love the dialogue and I appreciate the patience. We did have, so I got home at about 7, started on our dinner and whatnot. I thought my computer was still on. So when I walked over here at about 7:40 and seen that it was off, I was like, oh shoot. So I had to turn it on. Guys, I live in the boonies, so everything out here is kind of slow. So I'm thinking, it's still 7:40, so I'm still probably gonna be good. But by the time it got started up, it was already approaching 8. That's why I was like, I just really appreciate you guys' patience with me being tardy and whatnot. I love that. So I'm always like, man, I'm a couple minutes late, so I hope I don't get on and then everybody's gone because they, So I appreciate the patience and sorry for the lateness, but.
Do you want to put it's only about 5 minutes early. You have your music pulled up?
Yeah, I do. I can play some tunes. That way, if you think of any questions in the meantime till 8 o'clock, then please just put it in the chat. Don't be shy, because I mean I'm shy, so it's kind of funny for me to not tell people to be shy, but I'm gonna say it anyways. Let's see. So
Wanna play that new Big Crit?
They don't have the edited version. There we go. It might be.
Like a skillet, thinking about money in the billing. On the phone with the lender and I'm living. If the bank had a cap, I would fill it. Like really, trying to get millions. Get a bigger high view so vivid. A couple cars, it could raw chrome wheel it. You think materials make me sound silly? Like really? How are you so good? How are you so good? Like the summer, when the AC on the light bill turn up. You wanna cuddle when I think I might run up. I'm feeling lucky, so I might play the numbers. I'm on the come up, gotta get mine before the asshole tech folk run up. I need a 10, 20, 50s and 100s. Don't you think being rich sound fun? I wonder, how are you so good? I'm so good. How are you so good? You say we don't need that money. 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 How are you so good? I'm so good. 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 How are you so cool?
Who should I be sorry to? Who should I be sorry for? Who should I be sorry to? The fact is you can't please everybody. You can't please everybody. Who should I be sorry for? Who should I be sorry to?
But it ain't what it is, even if you gotta live. I learned that apartment's way more exciting than a big ass house on the hill. I used to be a way better writer and a rapper when I used to want a black comma gill. Now niggas speeding in the Porsche, feeling like I'm going off a course. Cut these niggas off negative in my life, scream that till I'm hoarse. Duck these, get the off me projectiles, he ain't really got a choice. I'm living my life, live yours. I don't even like rapping fast, but that's how the word comes to me, talk to me sideways, that's your hair. Slow it down. It's that shit that'll make you call your mama and say, hey, I'm sorry for begging for all them clothes you couldn't afford. And it's the type of shit that'll make you call your rap partner and say, I'm sorry, I'm awkward, my fault for f***ing up the tour. I hated all the attention, so I ran from it. And if we did, but I hope we ain't lose no fans from it. I'm a grown kid, you know I ain't never care about no damn money. Why do we try so hard to be stars, just to dodge comments? And this that shit that'll make you call your baby mama when you don't have a pill. Don't know why, but that how it is. And you take a flight back to the crib. Y'all make love like college kids. And you say, oh, this shit you gon' do better. We can try this again. By the time that we're old, you feel stupid, she feel lost. That's that dopamine, dopamine. You think Cupid done want old. Waiting in the hallway with her arm crossed. Baby boy face full of applesauce. Maybe should've stayed, but it ain't your fault. Too much pressure, I feel low. I'm sorry. Was young and had to choose between you and what the rest of the world might offer me. What would you do? But I'd probably do it differently, give seconds a chance. Only if some cool ass older man would have let me know in advance. This quarry that is dug so deep in a father's chest when he feel that he's broken up his nest and he figured he was just doing the best that he could, which ended up being the worst that he could. And all some on the internet can say, guess that verse ain't good. It's boring, really. When I'm disgusted with this world and I can hardly breathe and told so many lies, don't know what to believe. I disgusted with this girl and this is what she said. She said, lay down, baby, rest your weary head up. Lovely distraction, but my mind don't wanna rest. But my body disagrees, so it lays upon the breast, yes. Oh, you were so fine. I woke up the next morning with new purpose on my mind.
Who should I be sorry to?
All right. I will see you all next week. And in the meantime, just stay inspired, stay blessed, stay safe. And I love you all. Have a great evening. And thank you.